What a weekend it was in Las Vegas.
You don't mean anything to me because the last real champ is here.
Talking back, I detonator.
RKO out of nowhere!
You are the latest legend that I have to put down.
I'm Michael, participant in this deadly sight.
I'm not the one who tapped out.
Running just for my survival.
I'm going to maul you. I'm going to grab you by the head and drive it into this mat. You got a problem with Cole? You got a problem with me?
Yeah, life and death got your rival stifled. And yes, I'm him. I'm opposing all of these evil.
It's been 5 minutes. I'm already the greatest ever.
You pray for peace and they give you war. You pray for more.
I'm gonna make that matter like I made you matter.
We light them up, electrify us. They stand before the people as manipulators.
I'm on gas, no brakes, wait.
This is how the title reign begins. With destruction.
Regulators.
Welcome to WWE Backlash.
You're gonna be in for one hell of a night.
Winners write history.
And now, Morgan & Morgan presents WWE Backlash.
Hey, this is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can. What do you guys want to talk about?
And
the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, to get some love. Acknowledge me.
The champ is here.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Hey, yo. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and it is time to review Backlash. We got there, we're done, and we're already moving on. All gas, no brakes. We're literally going right into Saturday night main event. No chill. It's hell. And you know what I thought about today, which is really funny, is I've had some people ask, like, how long will you go with this podcast? And, you know, some people just do it until they just can't do it no more. And I'm always like, well, there's always I'll take a break, you know, if there's a break in wrestling. No, there's no break in wrestling. We don't have no off season. We're nonstop. COVID can't stop it. Nothing can stop it. Wrestling it's every fucking day now. Well, with that said, let me bring out my guest. Here we go.
Hey, main event Jay Uso is now in your city. It's just me, okay. Day one, it's just me, Day one, it's just me.
Welcome back, Dre.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event Dre Uso is back on your podcast.
How is the weather there?
Shitty. Shitty as hell. Started off okay, and then as the day went on, it gradually got more and more ominous, and then all hell broke loose at around 5 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
It's been storming since. Seems to have calmed down a bit now, though.
Right. It just seems like the whole East Coast is getting hit with garbage today. So if we lose you during the podcast, we know it's due to the storm. So.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's bring out our buddy. Let's bring out our partner. Let's bring out... Doyle.
Oh, it's me. It's a DOILE. And the weather's pretty shitty here too. I guess it is an all East Coast, all rain system.
No shine.
Well, we fucking needed it. I'll tell you that.
All rain, no shine.
Yeah,
we do needed it though. My plants needed it. My lawn needed it. Everything at my job outside is dusty and disgusting. It needed it. So yeah, I'm all for it because you know what? After this, I kind of want to go kayaking, and the water will be pretty high. So I'm all for it, guys. But
nice.
So Backlash takes place St. Louis. Hometown of
home of the Rand Man.
Yeah, home of Randy Orton. Have you guys ever been out there to like the Arch in St. Louis?
Nope.
No?
Nope, never been to St. Louis.
Yeah, I was there like two years ago. I was. So I got some pictures, and I even got like this really nice poster I have hanging up, or not poster, artwork hanging on my wall. I went. It was really hot when I went, and I guess they have these rides that take you up all the way up through. But I was thinking of how hot it was, and I was like, and you want to put me in a metal bin and take me up higher, closer to the sun, and you want me to pay money for this experience? I was like, I don't think so. I'll come back. I'll come back when it's cooler out. There was a really nice car show right by the river, right by the Mississippi River. That was cool to see. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool out there. I saw a lot of wrestlers and some other podcasters taking pictures of themselves out there. So it's always cool when they visit the monuments in the area. Just like when they came to Philly, people taking pictures by the Rocky statue and the steps and all that shit. Where I live, there's a pagoda. But you never see when they come here, you never see them go up to the pagoda and get their pictures taken. Nobody wants to go there. Actually, when wrestlers would come here, me and Ron, we would normally find them at Hooters. So, yeah.
I've been to that pagoda.
Yeah? This one near my house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
in Reading?
Yeah. I can see it from
how many could there be?
Yeah, they fenced it up now. Yeah.
In the United States? We got one here in Norfolk.
In Eastern Pennsylvania, in Reading, in the Reading area.
Yeah. Wait, Dre, you got one too?
In the greater Reading area. You get a pagoda, and you better get a pagoda.
Oh, man. Now I don't feel special.
I'm about to say, we damn sure got a random-ass pagoda in Norfolk by the water.
Man, it's not like the beach.
It ain't Chinatown. It ain't nothing. It's just downtown Norfolk by the water right next to... I forgot what ship is like permanently docked there. Yeah, and then pagoda.
Yeah, it's not like the beacons in Lord of the Rings. Light the pagoda! And then everybody lights their pagodas all across the country. Yeah, they put a fence around.
But it is nice though, really beautiful.
Go up there, but during the day you can go up, but like at night because I guess they had too many people partying up there, so they fenced it all off. But I get a great view of it from my house, so that's good enough for me. But every time, like, you know, somebody who's not from this area comes up here, they're like, "Oh my God, you have a pagoda?" I'm like, yes, we do. Like, you know, it's not the Statue of Liberty, but you know, whatever.
That's when you just gotta act bougie about it. Like, what? You don't?
What, you don't have one?
Hasn't.
Like, jeez. God. Crap town.
Right. I mean, never go to your shitty ass town with no pagoda.
It's like, what do you think of my town? Well, you know.
But you're also.
I mean, not bad for a place that ain't got a pagoda.
It's St. Louis.
People even
doesn't
have
have
any
a
culture?
pagoda. They have some big random arch. You know what, Dre? I'm just gonna let you take over because I'm just gonna ramble on forever.
Yeah, this will turn into a whole show about pagodas and shit. Right, so yeah, Backlash, as Wayne said, was in St. Louis at the Enterprise Center, which big ass city like St. Louis, big ass arena, no NBA team.
Really? Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The Blues must play there, right?
That's what I'm like, who the fuck plays there? Like, they don't have an NBA team. They don't have the Rams anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals, isn't that the baseball team there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, they got obviously their baseball field. I don't know if they have hockey, but I don't know.
Yeah, the Blues.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Right.
But, well, so I guess it's enough for 17,000 plus fans to go to 10 hockey games in the Midwest. Hey, whatever works for them. I ain't judging much.
Much.
But anyway, so this show, before we even dive into the matches themselves, one thing I do want to touch on, well, two things I want to touch on before we get into the individual matches and break them down. You kind of touched on it a bit, Wayne, at the beginning, but this insane fucking PLE calendar that WWE has going right now.
Yeah.
And it is not letting up anytime soon, as far as them just having event after event with little to no time in between. Because this Backlash, we're 3 weeks removed from WrestleMania?
Yeah, we're not even because...
And we got Backlash.
We were discussing...
And here's some of the events coming up. So, obviously, Backlash was this past Saturday the 17th. Saturday night's main event, May 24th. June 7th, Money in the Bank. June 28th, Night of Champions. July 5th, tentatively rumored, Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view. July 12th, another Saturday night's main event. Then, 3 weeks later, we get the 2-night SummerSlam. Then at the end of the month, Clash in Paris, August 31st. Then they finally calm the fuck down a little bit because nothing happens in September as of now. And Crown Jewel is on October 11th. Then Survivor Series on November 25th. And then Saturday night's main event, December 13th.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what's happened. They must have gotten word that Wayne finally had some programming for us between pay-per-views. And then they said, oh, you know what? We're just not going to have any time between pay-per-views now.
Right.
No break. Like, I was like, man, like, I would love to squeeze in, like, some of these cool bracket ideas I have, right? And, like...
No.
We just don't have the time. We're getting hammered nonstop. And, it's not letting up. It's not. Like, now they're adding more and more WWE content than ever. And you know, I've had people, like, other listeners and just other people generally, like, why don't you guys cover, like, Raw and SmackDown and, like, AEW? I'm like, because we don't have time. I say, I don't, we have barely enough time to cover just the pay-per-views because they come at us so fucking quick, you know.
I mean, I would like to be able to tune into AEW more or see what's going on over there.
Right.
and chat on it every now and then. But honestly, with as much stuff that happens that's going on in the E right now, and realistically, we're humans. We have interests outside of just wrestling.
What?
I don't know how many days of the week I want to completely commit to watching wrestling, especially as it is now. Raw Monday, NXT Tuesday, Dynamite Wednesday, a break maybe on Thursday, SmackDown Friday, Collision.
Huh? TNA, man.
Oh, TNA's on Thursday, right?
Yeah, and
there's literally no day on.
TNA has been getting kind
and
of
it's Saturday's Collision.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to watch these other Fakakta shows, they've got now
LFG,
Evolve, and
or LFG or any of this other shit. Yeah.
And there's the Twitter show. It's just like,
oh yeah, dude, you gotta find out who your speed champion
it's like overkill a little bit. You know?
Yeah, you got to pick and choose what you're going to watch or what you're going to focus on and invest in. And obviously, some stuff is worth your time more than others. You know, as I like to watch NXT, do I catch it every week? No. But if something pops up or if I have time, yeah, I'll tune in, especially if there's something going on that catches my attention.
Right.
Especially involving the women because, you know, they've been marketing it and promoting it for a while that the women's division in NXT is the best division. Women's division in wrestling, and they ain't wrong.
They might not be wrong.
they not wrong. They damn sure got an argument, and quite frankly, right now, the women are probably carrying NXT a lot more than the men.
Well, you know what? The women are gonna have a chance to shine because July 12th this year they are going to be doing a WWE Evolution 2 PLE. But guys,
I think that's the 5th.
No.
Well, the 5th. We don't know what day. It's like is the 5th or the 12th? Because Saturday Night Main Event is slated for the 12th.
Yeah.
Evolution. I think I saw the rumors that it might be the 12th. Like, one, how the fuck are you gonna do two things on the same night? Are you gonna move dates? Or are you gonna switch Evolution and Main Event?
They're gonna do Evolution in the morning, and then they're gonna do Main Event at night while AEW All in Texas is on.
Which is fucking insane,
right?
But even with that, regardless of how they're doing with the dates, my main point in bringing up all those dates is, and to bring it back to Backlash is, with such short time frames between these events, how the hell are you expecting to build any of this shit up in a way that makes people truly interested?
Right.
It's near impossible. You're pretty much just throwing matches together. Like, all right, next show, throw in these big matches. Next show, throw these big matches in. They almost run the risk of becoming what people have criticized AEW for. Just throwing together big name matches without much story. I'm not saying that they're there yet, but with this type of schedule, there's a risk of it. And if you're just throwing matches together without any real build up or without much time in between or without any time for the fans to get invested, the quality is going to suffer. Even if the match itself is great, people just aren't going to give a shit because there's no investment, there's no build, there's no story, there's no reason for me to care about this outcome. And I think some of that played into this Backlash PLE. Because we had matches that seemed to be pretty quickly thrown together without a whole lot of build up on them, or just kind of piggyback on some other existing stuff. It was like, all right, you two already don't like each other. Fight again. And mix it in with others. A perfect example of that is this first match we had on the PLE. Mm-hmm. Jacob Fatu defending his United States Championship that he just won the other day against two guys who don't like each other, and Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, and the guy who he beat for the championship, LA Knight. Was there much storyline build up to it? Nope. It was, hey, you beat that guy, defend it against him. You two motherfuckers don't like each other, y'all fight each other, and get mixed in with them too as well.
I think that throwing in Drew and Priest was an attempt to elevate the U.S. title and Jacob Fatu.
But
that's just my 2 cents on that, as to why they were involved.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a completely terrible decision or everything was just fully haphazard, but there wasn't also a whole lot to build into this because Priest and Drew were just beefing with each other because they just don't like each other going into WrestleMania, and then suddenly they just walk out of that and say, "I want to be U.S. champion."
Yeah,
I want to be U.S. champion too. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
We have two guys going into this that probably don't need to be in this match at all. Versus the former champion and a guy who's a rise on the top. And Doyle, you're right, man. Like they put those two other guys in there just to elevate Jacob Fatu and the title. But at the end, the way the match ended, none of that fucking mattered. Because
it more or less broke up. It broke into two matches.
Yeah, it did,
Right.
and it didn't need to. I really think the way it ended. I mean, should we get into it, like how it ended?
Yeah. I mean, we can go there because I mean, the match itself. Now, getting to the match itself, it was a good match.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good, fun match. Heavy hitting, a lot of crazy spots. They went at it. It was a good match to kick off the PLE. And then obviously it gave us a shock finish after, Damian Priest damn near killed Drew, cracking his head off the concrete with that South of Heaven outside the ring. But yeah, we got the surprise finish with the debut of, what was that dude's name?
Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb, a.k.a. Samoan number 48.
He's not Samoan.
I know, but that's how people are going to basically view it as like another one.
Yeah,
like DJ Khaled.
There's a rumor that they might change his name, but I don't know how substantial that is. Because at first they were doing they did call him Jeff Cobb, though, right? Or did they call him Cobb?
On the broadcast, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick here, guys. Jeff Cobb, former amateur wrestler. He signed with WWE as of May 2025.
No. But that's very much a short sell. He was an Olympian, I believe, not for America, for I don't know, some country that I think he's Filipino, some country that's not the Philippines and isn't the United States. But I'm pretty sure he was an Olympic wrestler.
He's best known from his 10 years in Lucha Underground and New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he was a member of the United Empire. In New Japan,
they get a lot of Lucha Underground folks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're right here, Doyle. In amateur wrestling, Cobb represented Guam in the 2004 Summer Olympics. Yeah, where he became the national flag bearer in opening ceremony and competed in the men's light heavyweight freestyle category. He transitioned into professional wrestling.
He's no slouch.
No.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely got the credentials in the background. That bodes well for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he had a broken damn neck, but he's also like on the wrong side of 40.
He looked like a combination of Rhino and Bo Dallas.
He does kind of look like Bo Dallas.
It does, right? Like a heavy Bo Dallas. But I rolled my eyes at it. Like I enjoyed the match. I liked the spot with Drew and we had a Priest on the outside. The what does he call that choke slam? The
South of Heaven.
South of Heaven, that's what it is. South of Heaven, yeah, and he takes out Drew, so these guys take each other out, and then we have this whole interference with Solo and Jeff, and I'm just like, why? I'm like he does not need this help, but the way that ended,
he didn't want the help.
He didn't want the help, right? Like, just the way he took that, what the hell, I can do this by myself. I was doing it by myself. I didn't need you here. Like, that look. And, we discussed about maybe, the title getting taken off him from Solo. But, I mean, this new guy's got to shine, this Jeff Cobb. Is he going to be the guy to step up to take it off him? Or, are we rebuilding the Bloodline 3.0, or 2.5? What are we doing? Why are we?
Apparently, they have some history together. Jeff Cobb and Jacob Fatu. They've had matches on the Indies. Some people have kind of touched on that with the way Fatu stared him down. So maybe they'll play on that, and I'm suspecting that they will probably play on the fact that Jacob does not like Jeff Cobb because they have a past. Whether they mention it as, they have a past on the indie circuit or some other sort of kayfabe storyline past, I'm pretty sure they're going to play into that in some way, shape, or form. And if nothing else, they did at least advance this storyline between Solo and Jacob Fatu and their rising tension. So maybe Solo sensed it that, Jacob doesn't submit to him as readily as he used to. He ain't heard "I love you" Solo in a couple of months. So maybe he's like, he sees the writing on the wall, so he just got his new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely don't seem to be on the same page.
Right. I mean, these guys had 17 minutes and 55 seconds to cook, and for an opening match, I was pretty intrigued all the way up until the finish. What the hell?
I didn't mind the finish. Like I said, I'm surprised at how big of a pop that Jeff Cobb got when he came out. Because, like I said, I saw him and I was just like, oh, okay, random Samoan number 48. But he got a huge pop, and I'm like, okay, apparently these people know who the hell he is.
Another Samoan. Yeah.
We shall see where they go from there. Any other final thoughts on this match?
We all know that Jacob's just going nothing but fucking up, but this is what I was talking about last episode. LA Knight, this man took the pin, and now he's just gonna flounder in the mid cards. And I think Damian and Drew still aren't done with their shit. I think they're gonna carry on their feud, unfortunately, for a little bit longer.
Yeah, they gotta have some sort of gimmick match to seal it up or put the final touch on their feud. Hopefully they don't. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I maintain that "I Hate You Solo" is going to be the pop of the summer.
Dude, I'd hold on to that, man. If you were to place like $1 bet, $5 bet, that seems like a pretty good bet. I'd hold on to that Join Doyle.
Hate You Solo. That's going to be good.
But they better hurry up and get to it then, because obviously everybody sees it there.
Yeah.
The split is pretty much all but having officially happened. The more they drag it out, the more they're going to lose interest, and then the less impact that moment will finally have. And LA Knight, I said it a number of episodes ago, he's peaked. And now he's making a gradual, slow decline as of right now. And Priest and Drew, they'll keep going. I hope they don't do the cliche thing of, all right, we got to finish it up Hell in a Cell. Don't do that. I don't mind them finishing.
I think they're gonna, but maybe not Hell in a Cell. Maybe like Last Man Standing or something.
Steel cage
match. That wouldn't surprise me.
I guess I'd be okay with the Last Man Standing. I'm okay with them having a steel cage match. I think that would work fine. It just doesn't need to be Hell in a Cell. But I'd be good with them finishing their match in just a regular steel cage match.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, we've got plenty of events coming up.
Right.
Going to be a lot of opportunities.
Right. Throw a dart at the board. Which PLE you want to finish this off at?
Yeah, right.
So, moving on from that match, next up we had Irish Civil War between Lyra Valkyria, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, defending against Becky Lynch. Now, this match was good. I don't have anything negative to say about the match itself from a technical standpoint. My only critique is that I don't know if this did for Lyra Valkyria what they wanted it to do in terms of elevating her by giving her a clean win over somebody the caliber of Becky Lynch. Like that match, something like that, when you say it on paper, it should mean something. Like, yo, Lyra Valkyria beat Becky Lynch clean. That should matter. That should change how you view somebody. But to me, I don't know if it moved the needle, especially when Becky Lynch just beat the shit out of her right after the match. So that's my only gripe about it.
I think the jury's going to be out on that. We've seen them do this in the past with people. You know, when Austin Theory beat Cena at WrestleMania, right? And
Right.
It's for a successful wrestler. That's like a watershed moment for them, right? They're able to take that and run with it.
Right.
And now, I mean, I think it remains to be seen whether Lyra can do that.
I agree with that. There's still she can still make it have the impact that it's supposed to.
Yes, and we haven't really had a chance because it may or may not have broken her nose or something. The end of that match was kind of clunky, but other than that, for me, I hate to toot my own horn, but toot. I thought it would be the match of the night, and for me, it was, with the exception of that kind of clunky finish and Becky, very obviously calling a lot of spots. But other than that, the action I thought was very good. I continue to think Lyra is going to be a superstar of the future, along with Tiffany. I think they're the next. But then you got all these NXT girls about to come up. So the whole landscape may change for the better any day now. But for me, it gave Lyra a big win against a future Hall of Famer, and what she can do with it is what remains to be seen. Mm-hmm. She's been given the keys to the car. Can she learn how to drive it?
Right.
True. Let me ask you this though, Doyle. In this feud, I'm pretty sure we both agree that this feud's not over, right?
No, not.
They might be kind of forever opponents. Although I'm surprised Becky wasn't going after Liv as her comeback feud because Liv walked around saying about how she retired Becky Lynch. I thought that was a natural. I guess they wanted to turn Becky heel. This is the way to do it.
Heel.
Makes no sense if it's Liv. But I think Bayley probably coming back to feud with Becky. Maybe a thing.
So you think this feud? So you think the Becky Lyra thing might be over in the immediate future? You don't think that Becky's not gonna still come after her, or Lyra might not try to get her lick back after that?
It's certainly a possibility. I'm not taking that off the table by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, because the only reason why I bring that up is because for me personally, I don't think that they're necessarily done. That this feud is done yet. I think Becky still is going to be pursuing Lyra for that Intercontinental Championship. And I think at some point, Becky is probably going to take it off of her. And if that is the case, in all caps, if that is the case, then I don't know if this, again, back to my point of elevating Lyra, I don't know if that happens, if this feud culminates in her losing that Intercontinental Championship to Becky Lynch. I think the only way she elevates from this feud is she has to be the one to come out on top, definitively. And maybe Becky might be the one to, challenge for that title multiple times and lose every single time. Maybe that will happen. It's a case of I'll believe that when I see it.
Mm-hmm. I am liking Becky's heel turn. I will say that.
Yeah. That promo
she's doing something very similar to Cena, but much better in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And that promo she cut this past Monday on Raw was a good one. She's leaning into the quote Becky Hogan, label she's been hit with.
And that's always been the way with pro wrestling, right? Like the things that have a tinge of reality work the best usually, right?
Right. And she's almost kind of taken what I had pitched, what the storyline I had pitched for Bianca. In the sense of, oh, this is how y'all see me? I bet I'm going to give y'all exactly what y'all want. Not saying that Bianca can't still do it. I still think she very much can, and probably doing it in an even more aggressive way than what Becky's doing. But I picked up on that in the feud, or in Becky's promo Monday. Where you at on this match, Wayne?
Valkyria, sorry, she's on her way up, man. Like, this girl beat Bayley, won 2 titles at WrestleMania. Next feud after Bayley, we're talking about one of the original 4 horsewomen. Next, she's taking out Becky Lynch. I feel like when Bayley comes back, obviously Bayley's going to be a face, right? Becky's still a heel. Bayley and Becky aren't going to get along. I think we're going to get a triple threat of some kind. I think Valkyria is going to have both of them on her tail, or I should say on her feathers, on her wingtips. She's going to have both of them chomp at her to get this title, and she's going to overcome both of them. Not just beat them in singles matches, whether it's a roll-up or however she's been putting them away. But I think they're going to try to stack the odds against her even more. I really did not... I've been proven wrong time and time again with this girl, because I'm like, yeah, there's no way they're putting 2 titles on her. What did they fucking do? They put 2 titles on her. I'm like, no way, Becky's gonna totally wipe the floor with her, right? And no, that's not what happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to stack the odds in her favor, or against her, with Bayley coming back. I have unfinished business with her, and Becky obviously has unfinished business with her. And what happens when the 2 girls who are always, the Grand Slam champions? What if they aren't no more? What if they just can't grasp that IC title right now? And that kind of elevates it and elevates her. The way this match was structured and paced, it allowed them both to showcase good wrestling ability and a story in the ring. We've seen some bloody elbows and what some people thought looked like vomit in her hair. I think it was like part of her feathers or something like that. And,
she needs to not do that again.
Yeah. Oh my god,
that threw me off because
that's I had to sit closer to the TV. I was like, that looks like vomit or something in her hair. I'm like, no, I think it's like glitter and crap.
And Dre, was it you? Did you come in late? You were like, what the fuck is in Lyra's hair?
Yeah, I was about to say, because I came in late during the match because I watched the U.S. title match while I was at the gym on the treadmill. As soon as that match ended, I left the gym, came home, and I put it on like somewhere in the middle of this match. And I just see this stuff in his hair. I'm like, yo, why the fuck Lyra got all that dandruff in her hair? Like, what the hell did she wear to the ring?
And I feel like Becky mentioned it on Raw, like about her having looked like puke in her hair or something. I tried not to laugh when she comes out with the whole bird wings. I just think of the guys from It's Always Sunny, and I just laugh. I can't help it. You can change the color of it, but that's what I'm going to think of. And you know what? I think it's funny. Becky Lynch mocked Valkyria's fiance, this Irish wrestler who's sitting in the front row, and
the whole internet mocked that motherfucker,
dude. You see guys
he's married, like a big deal.
You see guys like
apparently
that. You're just like
beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, it's like
I thought he was like one of the Hanson brothers from Slapshot.
But yeah, apparently, she was holding her nose after the match. Michael Cole said it might have been broken, but I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Yeah, we haven't heard. The Dirts have been very quiet about that.
Yeah, and that finished damsel didn't look clean because that's not a natural roll up that you see in wrestling.
Yeah,
where you're holding somebody by one hand with one arm and got your other hand to your face to your nose, like
right.
Looked very clear and obvious that something was wrong or something was damaged, hurt, affecting her or something.
Yeah, that finish was clunky, but other than that, the match was great.
Yeah, other than that, the match was solid. And yet, once again, she wins another match without her finisher.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yes.
Like at some point, either she needs to get a new finisher that actually works, or she needs to start winning these damn matches with her finisher. Because I think that's another thing that, at least for me, is kind of affecting how much the needle moves for me with her.
It's like
because it seems like when
just getting by, but she's not putting them away.
Exactly. When you keep getting these wins, it's like you're not definitive. You're getting the win, but you're not beating these people. It's like you're finding a way to get by. You're finding a way to survive, as opposed to saying like, "Nah, motherfucker, here's my finisher. Boom, down 1, 2, 3. I beat you."
Well, then we shouldn't talk about too much about Dirty Dom, then, huh? And his IC title run.
See, he's a heel though, so it kind of works more with heels because heels have the whole by hook or by crook mentality.
Yep.
And it's not too often that you see if you think about it, not too often you see a heel just definitively hit my finisher, pin you clean, win over somebody. There's almost always some sort of shenanigans or fuckery involved in a heel win. But usually the babyface, when they win, it's supposed to be clean and clear and definitive.
Yeah, and plus Dom's not just a heel; he's like a chicken shit heel.
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, I do like. Don't get me wrong. I do like. Right. Don't get me wrong. I do like heels though that put away people clean, just like a clean, like. Gunther was doing that. Gunther was just putting away guys clean as a heel without any tactics. Mark Henry, when he was doing the world's strongest man gimmick, the House of Pain, he was just coming out every week putting motherfuckers down without any help, just clean putting them down. Rusev, when Rusev for a while was getting pushed, when he was undefeated for a while as a heel. But
monster heels. It's a different story.
It works for those when that's their character. Like I said, being that dominant. Being that dominant heel monster character, then you expect for them to beat people clean.
Right. So like with what you guys are saying, like how she really hasn't done many clean wins, especially over Bayley and Becky. Like this could lead to a triple threat.
Well, she's gotten clean wins. All her wins have been clean. They haven't involved any kind of shenanigans or fuckery. Yeah. It's just that
putting them away.
It's not definitive. It's not like a finisher that she hits on people. It's like she'll be in the middle of getting her ass whooped, and then she'll just sneak a roll up out of somewhere and get a 3.
Yeah, I think her finisher's called a Nightwing. Right?
That might be right.
Sounds right.
I think you're. I think
the chicken wing, but that's crossface chicken wing. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everything. She has everything going for us. Like everything about her to like. And I get why people gravitate to her and why people like her. Just for me personally, it hasn't fully curled over for me yet. I like her.
In ring, she's there. She does have some work outside of the ring to do. Although I did think her promo on the Go Home Raw was pretty good.
Right.
Her and Becky was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
Her entrance is kind of catchy.
Every time I see her outside of a wrestling match, I like her. It's just the matches themselves that aren't winning me over. And again, and it's not for lack of ability. It's not for lack of ability. She showcases in the matches. She just, she hasn't put her stamp really on anything for me yet. It's like things are happening and she's winning, but it'll get there. I'm sure it will at some point.
Yep.
Anywho. Next match for the men's Intercontinental Championship. Dirty Dominik Mysterio defending against Penta. The match that I thought was going to be the match of the night, and the match that could have been potentially the match of the night until we got that fuck ass finish. Everything about this match was great, and they ruined it with that bullshit ass finish. They just had to put El Grande Americano in this motherfucker. Just had to shoehorn this motherfucker in here.
Wait, you're saying that's the worst part of this match? Oh my goodness.
For me?
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
For me, I hated that. To me, that killed it. Like, Judgment Day showing up is to be expected. Again, that's consistent with Dom. It's consistent with Judgment Day. That's to be expected.
Right.
But after they were kicked out and they were sent to the back, one, you're kicked out. You're sent to the back. But somehow Finn Balor still just hops back up on the fucking rope and just keeps arguing. Like, the fuck? And then Grande comes out there with that little dumbass headbutt. That ruined the match for me. Because before that, I mean, things had gone the way I was expecting. We saw moves from Dominik Mysterio that we had never seen before. He got to show off more of his repertoire. He and Penta have really good chemistry in the ring. You can see them cooking. Like, I was really impressed with what I was seeing from Dom.
And Dom really hasn't had a lot of chances to shine. He seems to usually be in tag matches, or he's just part of the fuckery or whatever. Like, I feel like he hasn't got nearly enough run.
Or he's wrestling guys that are kind of a little bit smaller.
He hasn't, especially in this high profile of a situation.
Right.
That didn't involve his dad. That he really got to showcase here, and really hated that fucking finish.
Yeah, I think working with Penta forced him to dig deep and really bring out his best, which let him, maybe have some of his better in-ring work.
Yeah, and I think he's touched on that in interviews before too. I think somebody asked him in some recent interview why he doesn't do more, and he's like, and he made a logical argument for it. He's like, if I do a moonsault or something in every single match, that moonsault doesn't mean anything. Yeah. But if I do it once in a blue moon, then when you see me do it, it's like, oh shit, he did that.
Yeah.
And that makes total sense.
Kurt Angle used to do it. Remember when Kurt Angle used to do moonsaults? It wasn't every fucking match. But when he did it, it was like, oh shit, Kurt Angle's going to go to the top rope.
Right, especially because he had the
that
best looking moonsault in the
business.
Yeah. And missed.
Yes.
A fan had a sign
that shit.
There was a fan, I just saw a fan said, Razor Ramon had a toothpick that was harder than you. I was just one of the fan signs. Did you see Dom's outfit was a nod to Psychosis?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He often has references to Lucha Libre.
Yeah, I'm about to say his entire outfit. I've seen somewhere somebody broke it down. Like elements of his entire outfit are nods to different famous luchadors.
Right, and I mean, there was a hell of a suicide dive into a DDT on the outside of the ring, which I thought was pretty cool. There was another.
Oh yeah. That was a great one.
Penta jumped up over the ref, clear. Like, didn't touch the ref, didn't touch the ropes. He cleared that. I was just, like, impressed. Because, he's a little bit older guy. But, like, a lot of this stuff from Penta, for me, is new. So, I enjoyed it. Like, I really like this match. I think it's also nice seeing Dom wrestle another person his size that has the same style, roughly. Because, if he's wrestling, like, the LWO. All those guys I feel like are just a lot shorter, a lot smaller. Or he's, like you said, he's in a tag match or something. But, like, yeah, I mean, this IC title is really going to show Dom has the ability to fucking cook when you let him.
Yeah, I think they pretty clearly have big plans for him.
Right. And, 9 minutes and 20 seconds, but the rest was all tomfoolery. Like, it was just, I was enjoying the match all the way up till the point when we had, Judgment Day come out. And then, El Grande Americano, which, first off, I popped. Secondly, it was so unnecessary because you already had, like, how many other people out there. Like, Penta's never getting that IC title. And if this continues, like, Dom's going to hold on to this title for quite some time. Until, I guess, Finn Balor takes it off of him. Because that's who I'm predicting, who takes the IC title off of him. But,
I'm done making predictions about what is or isn't going to happen with the Judgment Day. Because every time I say, oh, this is the end of them, and then it isn't.
Every week they fight.
Right.
I think the Judgment Day may be around for the rest of time.
Yeah,
they are. They're going to be WWE's Bullet Club.
Yeah, dude. They
just everybody in and out of Judgment Day at some point.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of Finn, the past couple Raws, they kind of gotten away from it, and now they're back to it. Where they were, remember for a while, you would, somebody's walking in a hallway, and down the other end of the hallway, and so and so is talking to so and so. That's how the Liv and Dom stuff started.
Yeah, the blink and you miss it stuff.
Yeah, Finn has been in the background talking to Roxanne Perez the past couple Raws, so that might be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I saw that posted too. I don't know if she needs Judgment Day, but it couldn't hurt, especially if Liv or Dom may possibly be on their way out at some point. Then Judgment Day can't just go back to being a whole sausage fest. They'll need some other woman in the group. Which I think they definitely need, because Judgment Day is really the only. Well, LWO too. I was gonna say Judgment Day is like one of the only factions that has men and women in it. Mm-hmm. And is it all one or the other?
Oh wait, Alpha Academy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you even consider it a faction though? If it's two guys,
are they even a faction anymore? They're more like a clique.
Yeah, I think there's just
Chad Gable's faction as Ivy Nile.
Oh yeah.
True. American made.
American made. I always want to say American Alpha, but that was Gable and the kid that got hurt, Kurt Angle's son. Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan.
I was gonna say American Male.
Yeah, American male.
That just goes to show there's too many groups or factions or tag teams with American at the name of the title.
Right.
Yeah, well. Any other thoughts on this match before we get to the main event?
Well, we still have one more match before the main event.
I said what I said. We'll move on to the match that everybody wanted to see. Gunther versus Pat McAfee. For no other fucking reason than fuck if I know.
Yeah, like what the fuck was the point of this?
Dude, I was thinking the same thing.
And why did granted, Gunther basically shrugged off all McAfee's offense and beat him fairly easily. But why did McAfee get so much offense in at all? It makes no. This guy was just a world champion, and the one guy and the other guy sits at a desk and blabbs. Like there's no universe where he should be even sort of competitive.
Nowhere were you supposed to get that many comebacks.
Yeah. It didn't surprise me for him to get a little bit of offense in. That made sense to me. But it just kept coming and kept coming and kept. And it was like, what? Why was it so long?
Dominik versus Penta for the IC title, 9 minutes 20 seconds. Gunther versus Pat McAfee for shits and giggles, 14 minutes.
Right, those numbers should have been flipped.
Yeah.
You're watching the match. You're like, wow, this show couldn't get any worse.
Hold my beer.
But that's we'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah, it baffles my mind. What was the point?
Yeah,
I think we all thought Goldberg, but we thought somebody was going to come save McAfee to set up something else for Gunther, right?
Nothing.
And then it just never, like, I was like, okay, any second now.
Nothing.
But nope.
And it's
Instead,
we're going to commercial.
Right.
Okay.
And what's funny is
any second now, this is gonna happen. Nope. Instead,
Right.
Pat McAfee come back number 12.
So I'm thinking, like,
serious?
after this match, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna write Pat McAfee off of TV for a while, right? He's gonna go do something, contracts up, I don't know, whatever it is, right? No, fucking Pat McAfee comes back the next night on Raw, but he shows up late, like, you know, just strolls out in the middle of the show, like.
Before we even get to that, after the match itself, the piece de resistance of this match, when he wins, does Gunther, like, attack him, walk off disgruntled or pissed off? No. He looks at this motherfucker and nods his head. Gives him respect.
Yeah.
You fucking shitting me? This little fucking pencil dick motherfucker gets your respect because he just wore an ass whooping and attempted to come back 8-9 times? Are you shitting me? That really pissed me off. He just looked at him and was like, and gave his little hand gesture or whatever, like, no.
But he didn't shake his hand. It was like a bow almost.
No, not a handshake, but his little hand gesture.
Right.
Like, no, like, when I saw him go back up to him, I'm like, yo, he about to fucking donkey kick the shit out of Michael Cole and fuck Pat McAfee up.
It's funny, if you watch the match early, right? Look at Pat McAfee, like, the color of his skin, and then look at the color of his skin at the end of the match. It's, like, bright red. Like, you think he had, like, bad sunburn or something, right? But no, Gunther just beat him up that bad all over. Yeah, man, like, I was kind of, like, over this match at the point where he put him in the sleeper, and then he got out of the sleeper, and he started hulking up, and I was just like, come on, man, this is what puts... You know how many people Gunther put out with this?
Gunther captured a sleeper in 8 seconds 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But somehow Pat McAfee got a second and third win.
Right. But everybody else...
What type of secret sauce is in that fucking Jey Uso sleeper?
Right?
Apparently that's the deadliest move in fucking wrestling.
We also
this
didn't
match
need Michael Cole interfering.
had no business going as long as it did. Pat McAfee had no business with as many comebacks as he had. And Gunther had no business showing this motherfucker respect afterwards. Like, everything about this match was wrong.
If they had to do this, why wasn't it on Raw?
Yeah.
Right. This could have been on Raw. This could have been on Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah. Okay, that would have been fine also. Sure.
But, this was just a complete waste. A total and complete waste.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything for Pat McAfee. It didn't do anything for Michael Cole. You know, did nothing for anybody. Just another W.
Wasted
for
Gunther's time.
Gunther. Yeah, dude, really.
Just a complete waste of Gunther's time and talent.
Fuck. I would rather have Gunther not come back at all and just been away for a while, you know, because you miss them more when they're away.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I agree that they do need to find him something to do that doesn't involve a title. Just because he can't always constantly be in the title picture. And he basically has been his entire time in the company. If it's not the world title, a title. Mm-hmm. So I have no problem with them giving him something else to do. But it's like, why this? If it's not going to lead to somebody coming back or something, like what? Yeah. And then why did they plant that Goldberg seed, however many months ago that was?
Mm-hmm.
It's none of it makes sense.
Yeah. But now the rumor is that, we're about to get Gunther versus Jey Uso rematch, and then that match is going to be where they plant the seed for Gunther versus Goldberg. So you mean to tell me that after wasting hours and Gunther's time with this bullshit-ass match with Pat McAfee and not giving us the Goldberg tease then, excuse me, instead, You're going to wait until we have a meaningful world title match with your champion who you need to continue to get over and legitimize as champion. And you're instead going to have him retain his title via the help of a 60-year-old man.
Yep.
That's how he's going to keep his title against a guy that he just tapped out at WrestleMania.
That's how Eddie Guerrero got the title from Brock Lesnar. Goldberg shenanigans.
Yeah, but we cared about that. And realistically, nobody even remembers that Goldberg interfered in that fucking match.
Wayne does.
Apparently.
That's right, I was there.
Paying all that extra fucking attention and shit. To the rest of us, you know how that match happened?
I wouldn't remember
Brock Lesnar
that.
went for the 8. Brock Lesnar went for the F5. Eddie Guerrero countered into a DDT on the title, went up top, frog splash, 1, 2, 3. That's how it happened in everybody else's mind. But no. Somebody want to hold on to Goldberg.
Yeah, hold on to it.
Bill Goldberg.
Right.
God, damn. That's your idol? That's on your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestlers? Wait.
So yeah, we done dunking on this match.
Let's dunk on a different match.
Yeah.
I guess
the main event.
Oh, what a pile of shit.
John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton for one last time. We got 27 minutes and 50 seconds of a guy
garbage
ain't got it like that no more, or is playing it extremely safe, like I said.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I think to a certain extent, Cena has lost a bit of a step, even though he's wrestling more now than he has in the last couple of years. But also, he has his Hollywood obligations that he obviously needs to remain healthy for. So what did that lead to? RKO and AA Fest.
3 rep bumps.
Right.
Spamming finishers. Like I guess the 5 moves of Doom have been replaced by the 3 moves of Doom, which are rep bump, nut shot, belt shot. That
right.
Like I knew, Cena should have won. If they're gonna do this Fakakta Cena heel turn shit, he should have won. He should have done it dirty. But they're gonna come up with different ways for him to be dirty. And what? 3 fucking rep bumps? Are you serious? Oh, I mean, a 20-year feud like this, they're hyping it up until last time or whatever. Doesn't it deserve so much more than this was? This legendary feud.
It deserved more of a build-up. It deserved a better match.
This felt very 2010 PG era Vince booking.
I mean, these guys
Cena, you could say, is one of the greatest of all time. It's hard to say he isn't. He's a fucking phenomenal person. I think we know that. But he's also was the key player in the era of WWE that most people like the least. If you're looking back and ranking the eras or whatever, right? I think most people put the PG era at the bottom. And who was all over the PG era? John Cena.
Yep. If you rank the WWE titles, the one that people seem to like the least, that overly blinged out one.
Yeah.
Where they couldn't even put champion on it, they just said champ.
Yeah. I mean, Orton and Cena are very different than than their matches were 10 years ago. So they paced themselves, but they built up to bigger moments, and they tried to pack in as much as they could with time they had to work with, and they filled it wisely. I mean, I did think it went on pretty long, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, because when it started, I was like, holy shit, we're going to be getting done this pay-per-view a lot earlier than before. Which also, by the way, because it was in St. Louis, the pay-per-view was done earlier. than planned because when it was over, it was like I forget, was it 10 o'clock or something? It was pretty early still.
It was like 10:30 or something like that.
It just felt so early. I mean, I still think it was a solid main event. I mean, it was not their best performance. There was just a lot of predictable spots. It's gonna be. We've seen these two wrestle for, damn near 20 years. Like, it feels like. So, yeah, we're going to see Orton's 5 moves. We're going to see Cena's 5 moves. And we got to see them steal each other's finishers, which I always think is funny. A couple of times. The shenanigans with the refs getting knocked out, I had me rolling my fucking eyes. But, as soon as Orton started...
kind of embarrassing, right?
Yeah, I mean, with the refs, it was very embarrassing. And then they send out all the other people. And as soon as he started laying out all those RKOs, I was like, oh yeah, Orton's not getting the win here. Because
that right there. Not him laying out everybody with the RKOs, but when all the officials from the back came out.
Yeah.
That's, to me, when this match, I guess you could say, jumped the shark or just went completely ridiculous.
Off the rails.
Not because all the people came out from the back to want all those people to check on just, one ref or two?
Yeah.
Like, excessive.
Yeah.
But more so than that, the fact that among all those officials who came out the back, who else was with them? Nick fucking Aldis, the damn GM of SmackDown, the quote-unquote boss. You mean to tell me your ass can't count a motherfucking 3?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, in any other job, if the employee can't do their part, who usually steps in to fill that gap? Management. What the fuck is Nick Aldis?
In real time.
Right. What the fuck is Nick Aldis? Management. Motherfucker, manage the situation. I have a wrestler down. I have a competitor covering him. I have no one to count to 3. Let me get my blue suit wearing ass the fuck down and count to goddamn 3. At least then it would have made sense. Rather than all this shit happening, and no, let's wait for another referee to come down and just drag that segment out longer than it needed to be. I think it was just that those details, that lack of attention to detail, is what really irked me in this match. I don't think it would have been nearly as bad if that would have happened, and then Nick Aldis would have gone down to count the 3. And then maybe played ref until another referee came from the back to fill in. Or count the 3, he kicks out, you get up, you get pissed off, and then you RKO him. At least then it makes some level of logical sense. But for the whole fucking boss to come out right then and there and just completely ignore what's happening right next to him in an active ongoing match makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, as soon as I knew he was getting out all those RKOs, I was like, okay, this is his moment in his hometown. This is where he gets his big pops. But we got the shenanigans. We got the I actually had it. We got the title knocking him out, and then the ref there catching that shenanigans. But then let's talk about the big what the fuck moment. We got the punt coming up, right? Orton's bringing back the punt. He's gonna put Cena away, and then we get fucking R-Truth. R-Truth. And the thing is like I knew at some point we were gonna get heel Cena coming across, face R-Truth, right? At some point, and like here's where it happens. And, gets in the way, and Orton, right away, Orton's like, no way this is happening. Like, it's like, you can read his lips. I thought that shit was funny. He's like, no way this is happening. I did enjoy, like, all the heel tactics, like, Cena was trying to do, like, eye poking and stuff, and then Orton would just return it with some eye poking of his own. Like, he pitched, like, I used to be a heel, too. I eye poke all the time. If you didn't catch it, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Like these post-show interviews, I'm kind of more and more interested in them because now shit happens. They're like, to us now, they're becoming like the post-credit scene of a Marvel movie. You know?
Well, before the press conference, there was a whole like post-credit scene of Cena leaving and going to the back. Did you see that?
Not to go leaving in the back. I did not see it. Tell me about it.
Because it makes no fucking sense. Once again, like I do not understand this Cena heel turn. Like was the I Need competition, was that on the show or was that after?
That was right after the pin.
Okay.
No. That's how the show went off the air.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that,
he grabbed the mic afterwards, and that's how the PLE ended.
After that, he gets out of the ring, he puts the belt on the apron, and he's just staring at it. And the crowd it goes from booing him to "Thank you, Cena" chant, and he almost looks like he's going to start crying.
Right.
Like very, very emotional looking, you know, and then a very solemn walk to the back. And then he starts off the press conference with, "I should have been nicer to you folks in here. I apologize in the future." So it looks like he's having second thoughts about this whole heel turn thing, which already makes no fucking sense. But the fact that they included this whole scene of him staring at the belt and the crowd, "Thank you, Cena." Now, obviously, how could they have known that was going to happen or whatever? But why is he sitting there like soaking it in and like almost looking teary-eyed? If they're just gonna, and then he FUs poor R-Truth through a table at the press conference. There's so much inconsistency with this heel turn. Like, where does the soul come in? Did we just completely forget about the selling his soul part of this? Like, I guess The Rock officially has nothing to do with anything. This whole thing's a fucking mess. I'm sorry, Wayne. What were you going to say about the press conference?
what you were saying about R-Truth approaching him and getting I forget, Cena, like, if you say one more word, and like R-Truth does say one more word, and he picks him up, he just puts him right through the table. But yeah, I mean, just all these press conferences, some of them are kind of interesting. Things happen. I mean, I think my first one that really caught my eye, I guess, was when was it Jay and Cody were drunk and they were all doing the press conference.
Yeah.
I think that was the one that was kind of
just fun.
Yeah, I think that's the one that kind of caught our eye with these press conferences, and like now we kind of get these like post credit scene type things that happen, like that, like Doyle. I didn't see that. I have to see that online somewhere because I don't think that aired. There's just so much that fucking happens off air. But yeah, maybe it's just a real moment, Doyle. I don't know. Maybe he knew the cameras weren't rolling.
Did WWE post it to their social media?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they must have. Yeah, it was definitely. It was not a fan cam thing. It was like it was a WWE cameras capturing all of this.
Yeah,
and it's just like, okay, great. But why would you put that out if it has nothing to do with anything?
Right. Exactly. Like they don't do stuff like that for no reason.
And even if you don't expect this "Let's Go Cena" chant not "Let's Go Cena," "Thank you Cena" chant to start. Like, why is he acting emotional? If he's a heel, shouldn't he be like, "Fuck you," like, I don't want to hear it. What are you thanking me for? Something, some kind of adverse reaction to it.
Like the fans, you know what this is about to be between the fans and John Cena? We about to have like an intervention moment between the fans and Cena, something like this.
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart,
what?
I still love you.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know what the hell that was till the end.
That's what's about to be between the fans and John Cena. I don't know how well that picked up on the mic since I played it off my phone, but that's about to be the fans and John Cena.
That's kind of more visual, I think, but I made me laugh, obviously.
That's what it's gonna be. He gonna be trying to be all the asshole in the world, and the fans are gonna be like, "But we still love you."
I know, because it's so tied into his retirement. It's like, how are you gonna be a face for 20 years and then on your way out give me the finger all the way out and expect me not to be like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they should have done this 10 years ago or not at all. I
exactly.
feel like.
It's like,
I mean, we all know he's gonna turn face before he goes out. Like, he's not going out as a heel.
Of course.
Yeah. He's like, you want me to ruin wrestling? Well, guess what? I'm not leaving. I'm staying here until I'm 90.
Well, maybe he's ruining wrestling by having awful main events.
Yeah, you know what? Like, you know what? I know it's
but
funny.
Then
like,
again,
we think about it like we're like, oh man, like this sucks. He's not coming out with new music. He's not coming out with like a new hairstyle. He's not coming out with new attire. You know, just the same jorts. You know, we're like pissed off. We're like these lackluster like. He's playing it safe type matches, but he's fucking told us.
The only thing
so.
I said he should have done was wear black jorts.
Right,
he should have gone back to the black jorts as a heel.
And he's not like
I do love.
He's not destroying people on the mic rapping like he used to. But like it's like, okay, maybe this is him ruining wrestling for us, you know? But go ahead, Doyle.
Oh, I just wanted to say I love his new video package where it just says John Cena in white letters on black. That I love. But it's like, why change just that and not anything else? There's so much inconsistency. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I get you. You got to move the merch. That's why you got the shirts and all that stuff. So everybody gonna snatch them up in the towel. You could have done it with black jorts.
Yeah.
You could have done it. They could have done it with black jorts. Hell, they could have saved some money and just made them all black shirts and just made the accent colors different depending on the city.
Yeah, they could have remixed Time Is Now or whatever, like made it slower or something, or I don't know, heelify it somehow.
Chopped and screwed or something.
Something. Just like why change just the video package and nothing else?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. Like it's just so many inconsistencies in this whole thing. It just drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah. But oh well. I mean, then again, if I still want to continue to reach, then you could say that him having regrets could be a sign of him going soft. And if he's going soft, then who might come up to check him and on going soft and be like, "You getting soft on me, boy?" Maybe this is a way to find a way to get the final boss back in this. Again, I'm reaching. I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but Cena getting soft and the final boss shows up like, motherfucker, you showing signs of weakness like we've seen before in other storylines where the villain is working for the real bad guy and all of a sudden they start having regrets and then the person they're working for turns on them for getting soft.
See, that just feels like they're retconning it, and I feel like that's just going to make it worse.
Right.
Oh, it totally would. It totally would make it worse if they went that route. But at this point, who knows where they're going with these storylines? Because clearly they ain't got much time between all these damn shows to invest in storylines.
Yeah.
So they could just be shoehorning shit or fastballing shit just to get from one PLE to the next.
Seems like it. And then some not just this story, but like some stories seem to move super fast and they're over before you even know they started. And then other things, it's like, is this still going on? Like, what? It's just, the whole, you have to really since maybe, I don't know, I guess this year, it's just things have been weird, I guess, most of this year.
Yeah, meanwhile, other storylines that did seem to be interesting have seemingly fallen by the wayside or lost any and all momentum they had. See New Day.
I feel like they're hitting a lot more pop flies than they are home runs lately.
Yeah.
Definitely that. Oh, any other final thoughts on this PLE?
Nope. Not on
it was really quick. That was good.
Yeah. And it looks like John Cena's next match will probably be him versus R-Truth, probably a Saturday night main event.
See, that has the potential to be fun.
It could be, depending on how they play it.
I feel like they overbook it, which I don't see why they won't. 'Cause they seem to be doing. I think that it has the potential to be really fun, and also has the potential to be really overbooked and awful.
Yeah,
I don't know which it'll be. It's a pretty,
you know what?
Pretty big range.
Honestly, if it was me, I would book that match deadpan serious. Like, rather than leaning into R-Truth being the silly, oh, this is my childhood hero, yada yada. I don't, you're my hero, blah blah. I would actually play it up dead serious, and make like that moment.
Ron Killings was fucking awesome.
Right.
Like, if you ever watched some of his TNA stuff.
Hell yeah. When Ron the Truth Killings was just that.
Yeah,
the
Ron
motherfucking
Truth was awesome.
Yeah. Like, I would make that moment of John Cena putting him through the table, I would make that his eye-opening moment for R-Truth. That where
out of his goofballness.
It snaps him out. Not just that. Well, whether it snaps him out of the whole goofballness, I would love it, but probably not. But at the very least, it shatters the image that he has of John being his childhood hero. Mm-hmm. And now, rather than being like, "You're my childhood hero, I can't believe you did that to me," or yada yada, or bullying him, or John's like, fight me, fine, I'll fight you, yeah, or whatever bullshit. No, instead he's like, "Nah, you're not the person I thought you were, and now I gotta fuck you up."
Does anyone off the top of their head know where Saturday night's main event takes place? Where it's emanating from?
I do. Let's see. Tampa, Florida.
Oh, is it? Nice. Hey,
I was just thinking, like, if it's like a hot crowd city, like a Chicago or a Philly. Obviously, it's not Philly, but a New York or a Boston or something. Like, I think there's a potential for the crowd to be our truth to be fucking over as shit. But I don't know about Tampa. Maybe I don't know. But like, if it's some sea town, like, he'll be over, but he's not going to be like over.
Yeah, and Florida, honestly, that's more Cena territory than I think most people think. Because I believe John Cena lives in Orlando. Yeah, plus John Cena, I think, lives in Florida. I think like Orlando or something like that. Right. like his home, I think, is Florida.
Do you guys know?
Or at least one of them.
Night of Champions is going to be on June 28th, and that will be held in Saudi Arabia. So that's not that far away.
Nope, it's 3 weeks after Money in the Bank.
Ugh, yeah.
And we don't even know what Night of Champions means, do we? Is it going to be Dom versus Jacob Fatu?
I know.
Is it going to be what kind of champions? Is it going to be Jay versus Cena?
Yeah,
it's going to be Io and Tiffy. That might be fun.
They had
my guess is we will find out June 8th.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When they have to fastball into these fucking matches.
Right.
There will be a Raw, and somebody will show up as champion, and the champion from the other show will just pop up and start talking shit. Oh, you want to show up and talk shit? Well, fine. Let's do this at Night of Champions.
So guys,
Dominik and Jacob Fatu might be awesome.
I mean, that has a potential to be a dope sleeper match.
Yeah.
So Doyle, what has 7 seasons, 208 episodes, and started in 1989, but is making a comeback? What show? That would be American Gladiators. It's coming back, and The Miz is going to host it.
Have you seen any of those documentaries about how fucked up the behind the scenes of American Gladiators?
So God, dude, that show was
anybody
a fucking
watches
train
the new
wreck of a show.
Of American Gladiators, please watch that documentary. I don't know, I forget where, but
there's two of them. There's one that was on Netflix, and I think the other one was either on Max or Hulu. But they're honestly both worth watching because they cover it from different perspectives. One angles. Is a bit one is much more behind the scenes and talks about it focuses on the creator of the show and the stuff that he did, whereas another one focuses on like the show itself and the cast. and Nitro is only featured in one of them. Obviously, he was the most popular of the gladiators. He appears in the Netflix one, if I'm not mistaken, not the other one. But they're definitely both worth watching.
Yes. I think those Firefest documentaries, they complemented each other.
Very much so. Very much so.
But I mean, you see one Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, you've seen them all.
Right.
But yeah, they were both worth watching, for sure. I used to love that shit, man.
Hey, who didn't love American Gladiators as a kid?
I
used to want to go on that show watching the people. Right. You couldn't tell me I couldn't do that fuck. Yeah, that little obstacle course where they had the target, you couldn't tell me I couldn't have killed that shit.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck you miss? That's right. Put me on the show. Put me on.
What else I want to bring up? Oh yeah.
Well, you know, the Miz can't possibly be worse than Mike Adamle was on Raw.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
When you call Jeff Harvey, his name is Jeff Harvey.
Yeah, and Lord knows this revival of American Gladiators can't be worse than Rock's Titan games.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Unfortunately, guys, on May 11th this year, the other day, at 60 years old, we lost Terrence Michael Brunk, which is also known as Sabu. He was in ECW from 1993 all the way to 2000. And then I think they brought him back again when they brought back the ECW brand one more time. I know recently you guys were talking about it on the Discord that he had his last match recently. He retired.
Yeah, WrestleMania weekend, and it was a train wreck.
Jeez. Yeah, I heard it's, you know, there's a point where it's like it's rough to like watch these older wrestlers trying to still get in the ring. You know, sometimes you just rather not see it.
This was definitely that. I don't know. I don't know that we've got a cause of death yet, have we? I don't know how much this match may or may not have hastened it, but he does not look good. And it's a barbed wire match, of course. I can't really recommend going to watch it unless you have morbid curiosity. It's like there's a part where they, Irish whip him onto a board, and it looks like he's pretty clearly just supposed to land on the board, but he goes all the way out of the ring, lands on his head on the concrete. It's really ugly.
Yeah, no. You want to remember Sabu, just go back and watch the old ECW stuff. Watch him at his best, the way you remember, the way we all loved him.
Yeah. I mean, and I always say that Rey Mysterio is the most important wrestler of the last 30 years. I think Sabu is in the top 5. And another, if you want to see a good Sabu match, I think it was the first time they did the ECW, what was it, One Night Stand in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Sabu versus Ray.
Yeah, fucking awesome match. I think that was the If Cena Wins, We Riot show.
Oh, yeah.
No, that would have been the second one then.
Was that the second one?
It would have been the second one. Because that was the second one was the one that had Rob Van Dam versus John Cena, right?
Yeah, for the WWE.
Okay, the Sabu Ray is definitely the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nobody did the shit that he was doing. And he's one of those guys that's going to be we're going to feel his influence for a long time, and whether or not people even realize they're imitating him, And it was ironic if you watch the Dark Side of the Ring, his uncle, the original Sheik, was the subject matter this week, so he was all over the episode. Of course, it was just kind of weird. While I was watching it this afternoon, just kind of strange seeing him all over this episode talking about his, uncle, and so here he has just passed away. His uncle was phenomenally innovative and influential as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a big loss. I mean, obviously he wasn't super active anymore, and judging by his last match, he couldn't really do much of anything. He probably could get into the ring, which is unfortunate. But yeah, big loss for the wrestling world.
Definitely. Rest in peace to the legend. to the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal Sabu.
Do you remember when he first came? When I guess the WWE CW started, Vince was strutting down the hall, and he comes up to Sabu, and he's like, he just have a very awkward interaction.
Gets those jokes off and shit, calls him the Taliban and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or getting serious and be like, I know you are.
He's like, you stay away from me.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
Sorry, just random memory.
Yeah, Sabu, I mean, for as short as his run was in WWE, he made the most of it because he had some moments. I remember the moment
he had a run in WCW in like the mid '90s.
Yeah,
it was actually in the original Sheik Dark Side episode. He seconded him in one of his. I forget who Sabu was wrestling on a WCW pay-per-view, and Sabu does a moonsault to the outside and lands on the guy, but the original Sheik was standing right behind him, and the opponent fell on him and broke his leg, and he still finished the match.
Mm-hmm.
Still throwing fireballs. I mean, it's just like that family, crazy people. Crazy people.
Hey, here I have it. Hold on.
Well, I'll be damned. I thought I was in Texas. Hell, I'm not in Texas. I'm in Afghanistan. Hey, boys, check it out. There's a member of the Taliban. Oh, wait a minute. I know you. You're that guy Sabu. The great Sabu. You're that homicidal, genocidal, suicidal guy, yeah. You stay the hell away from me.
Only Sabu knew.
Yeah, an awkward interaction to say the least.
Yeah, awkward to start off, but eventually it got there. It got to the point that even that guy scares Vince.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's all I got. I mean, I didn't really hear anything else in the news. Nothing super important happened at Raw. I think the only thing I'm really intrigued by right now is if we're getting another person added to Seth Rollins' little clique here, because it seems like there's something in the works. He has plans. I don't know what they.
I mean, we had a banger of a main event featuring four of the best women's wrestlers in WWE right now.
Yeah.
Rhea and Io taking on Roxanne and Julia.
Yeah, there's a good tag.
That was a banger of a fucking main event match.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and Pat McAfee coming back.
I like the duo of Io and Rhea.
Yeah, so do I.
It's a fun little strange bedfellows.
It is fun, and you can see, definitely. Like it seems like Io's all in with it. Like she seemed to really be enjoying it. Rhea, on the other hand, kind of seemed a little, and I don't know if that's some subtle storytelling they were doing there when maybe there's more that's going to come from it, or what? Because it didn't just seem to be a case of Rhea being like, okay, I'll awkwardly go along with this. It seemed more like she was like genuinely like not interested in it. Mm-hmm. Like she was just more down on it rather than just like, okay, I guess I'll play along. I don't know. Just watching her and just looking at her face during it, it didn't seem like an awkward like play along type of thing. More like an actively disinterested or actively unenthused about this stuff. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're planting any seeds of any kind of Rhea heel turn, because she's way too fucking popular for that right now.
Yeah, she hasn't really been a face that long.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess she hasn't been an official face that long. I would argue she's been babyface probably since she feuded with Charlotte Flair going into WrestleMania 39?
39.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah.
I would argue she's been popular and been faced with the fans at least since then. They just didn't finally turn her until she came back from
some point. Yeah, I mean she was a heel against Becky at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
Right.
So it must have been sometime in the last year.
Yeah, pretty much when she came back from the injury, from her injured shoulder. That was pretty much when she came back officially officially a babyface, because by then Liv had stolen Dom or she was back as a babyface and Liv was definitely heel status. And they were feuding. So yeah, it has been less than a year officially. And like I said, she's way too popular now for them to try to turn her anytime soon.
Mm.
Yeah.
And on the other note, freaking Kairi Sane looked like she been going ham in the gym.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
she's jacked.
Oh.
There's been a couple pictures of her recently.
Yeah, she is looking... One, she been getting some sun.
Right.
Or some spray. And two, she been bulking up.
Oh, now I see a picture of her. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kyrie insane.
That insane
Damn.
Yeah, that insane elbow about to be the most dangerous move in wrestling.
Yeah, it's called Kyrie
That shit
insane.
gonna put motherfuckers through the mat.
What the hell? Yep. Cool. And I heard, I didn't really dig too much into it, but something going on with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Are we getting a possible team up? Why?
I don't know about a team up, but they teased something Friday after Charlotte was leaving the arena,
right.
Which obviously earlier in the show we got the return of Alexa Bliss when she teamed up with Zelina Vega.
Yep.
But then as Charlotte was leaving the arena, about to get into her vehicle, the door slammed shut in front of her, and on the other side is Alexa Bliss basically saying, "Let's chat." We'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got the Wyatt Six out in the ether. We haven't heard from them for months. And it seemed like a foregone conclusion that Alexa was going to be involved with them somehow. But where are they? Even are they? She hasn't been around. She made a return and then disappeared. So it's just like I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah, I mean, you're paying this woman for how many years? Let's put her on fucking TV and use her for Pete's sake. She's not injured right now. Let's use her. Regardless
right. Especially when the talk around it has gotten very loud about the fact that y'all brought her back, teased it, and then put her back on the shelf.
Yep.
And you have your CEO out there saying to people, "Oh, we don't sign people and then put them on the bench."
Right.
Lies.
Or the president, whatever the hell Nick Khan is. I think he's maybe the president. Whatever.
Yeah, the guy who signs all the paychecks. So.
Yeah, he is technically El Presidente.
Dre, do you got anything you want to plug?
Nothing other than, as always, Instagram.com/PCW Podcast.
Cool. Doyle.
Oh yeah, just in the Discord, subscribe, whatever, to the Facebook page, and go Celtics. It looks like there will be a Game 5.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. Also throw a promo.
Get well soon, Jason Tatum.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play some rolling credits here. Here we go.
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
I know you can't see me, but can you hear me? Cut the damn music. I don't need music. What I need is competition. And I sure as hell don't need you. Drink it in, St. Louis, because this is what the last real champion looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to this little promo. I have to give one. You know what it's going to be about. Yeah, just sit here and listen. You made it this far into the show. What we're going to talk about is something very important. It's social media. Why aren't you part of the Twitter page, the Instagram page, our Facebook page? Join, share. And you know what? You get in there, we'll send you a link to the Discord. What's the Discord? It's where you can talk to us all day about wrestling. Not just that, how about you go to our website, podcastchampionshipwrestling1podium.com, where you can leave a review. Not just a review, you can write into the show. You got a question? We'll answer it. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, it doesn't. We offer so much more. Do you want to be on the show? Do you want to shoot the shit with Dre, Doyle, and myself? Be a guest. I'll give you your own theme music. Yes, I will. But it doesn't stop there, guys. You gotta go to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy a PCW shirt. Oh, we don't have one. We don't have two. By God, we don't have three. But we do have four. 4 new t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. So what the hell are you doing? You made it this far. Are you a fan or what? Are you a fucking mark? Tell him.
You fucking mark!
Time's running